problem with monopoly. What is a monopoly? On an efficient market, there are many people that buy a special good, commonly known as the demanders. On the other side, there are many institutions that sell this special good, which are called the suppliers. But if there's only one supplier, we talk about a monopoly. Why could a monopoly be dangerous? When the prices are low, households buy a lot of things like cars, rings, or other luxury goods. But if the prices for these goods increase, the households haven't enough money to fulfill their dreams and they start to shatter. On the other hand, high prices make suppliers very happy because they get large profits for selling their goods. And declining prices turns happy entrepreneurs into very angry entrepreneurs. These different desires find its balance in the market equilibrium. But this special situation don't have to occur. If you take a look at the turnover a company gets for selling a product with different prices and subtract the cost for producing them, you get their unique profit with its maximum, which is called the corner point. Back to the point where we have started, the market equilibrium don't have to be the point where a monopoly reaches its profit maximum. It can be here, here, or even here. But for the economic welfare, the market equilibrium is the only destination and all other expressions should be prevented. So a monopoly leads to dead weight loss, inefficient allocation, and reduced technical progress. But nevertheless, there are monopolies or nearly monopolies with a positive effect for the economic welfare, like the telecommunication or energy sector. Or do you think it is better to have one power line for every energy company? And that's the problem with monopolies.
And now let's try to answer why monopoly arises. So the fundamental cause of the monopoly is the barrier to entry. So we have now learned another characteristics that there is only one seller, right? And then seller is called price maker. And the next thing is that there is a barrier to entry. So monopoly remains the only seller in the market because other firms cannot enter into business due to entry barrier. So the next logical question is what kind of barrier that they are. There are three sources of barriers. One is called ownership of a key resource. Second one is if the government gives a firm the exclusive right to produce some goods. And the third one, which is very important, and that belongs to our discussion of cost of production, that is that is the wonder of every total cost. We'll discuss. So third one is cost of production make a single producer more efficient than a large number of producers. Even though in this case there may be other firms in the market, but this firm is driving out because its cost of production is so low, and by if he can sell at a lower market price, then people will buy from this firm and other firms automatically wiped out from the market, and this firm ultimately at the end will become monopoly. So let's discuss the barriers one by one. Ownership of a key resource. So although exclusive ownership of a key resources is a potential source of monopoly, but in practice monopolies rarely arise out of this reason. For example, if in your area, if only Nestle is given the right to dig well and produce drinkable water or mineral water in your area, so that become monopoly because only Nestle has the right of that lake, freshwater lake, and only Nestle can sell that water to the nearby county, right? So consider if there is any other water supplier in Shanghai, it can charge price above the MC due to the absence of any other market, any other firm. So did you notice here what we are talking about? Price greater than MC, right? And why we are talking about this? Because these two measures are more oftenly used, but in reality, if you talk, when we talk about the profit maximizing condition for competitive firm, so let me just write it here. Competitive firm is price is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to MC, right? We can, because these two measures in the competition are equal, we talk about that, and we can say that market price is equal to MC, right? But in monopoly, price is greater than MC because seller is price maker, not taker. So in that sense, we will use this measure more oftenly. So the water supply company, if they increases its price because there is no other substitute available or competitive firm available, so then they charge price above their marginal cost, right? So I have just written down a case study of De Beer Diamonds monopoly. It's page 289 from your book chapter. So this is just a small case study, and I encourage you to go and read to clarify your further queries, and also give you a very nice information as well. The second type of barrier that can create monopolies is called government created monopolies, which means government may restrict entry by giving a single firm from exclusive right to sell a particular good in certain markets. For example, if there is right now the COVID-19, if some firm or company find out its cure and they applied for patents or intellectual property from the government, and or if the government give exclusive right to one laboratory or one firm to produce the COVID-19 vaccine and no other firm can produce, so then government is creating monopoly for that company, right? Because other firms may not produce that product. So example in your book includes that the US grant monopoly to Network Solution Incorporation, which maintain database of all the .com, .net and .org websites. So this Network Solution Incorporation, this company has a right to maintain database of all the world websites. And if we talk about the Shanghai example, the Shanghai subway in Shanghai is government created monopoly as well. How? Because government has given the right to the Shanghai subway company to make subway and operate subway. No other subways of other companies are allowed to run on the tracks of existing subway, and only Shanghai subway company, metro company, it has the right to operate on these lines. Okay, so how government can, government created monopolies are established by using patents and copyrights. So patents and copyright laws are two important examples of how government creates a monopoly to serve public interest. So let's move further. Number 3.